Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Okay, Roger Carter, please. Thank you. All right, we now call 25 CR 886, the state of Texas versus Roger Malloy Carter Sr. You're Mr. Carter?
That's have a moment, you know, he needs to sit. He needs to
Okay.
I'll see with the relations.
Yeah, they can bring the wheelchair.
He says,
So you were here with your attorney, Mr. Kimmler. Anybody from the state here on this?
Mr. Letters,
Yeah, he's probably talking about phone. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, the stop is here on behalf of the state. Go ahead. There's a petition for writ of habeas corpus filed by the defense on September 8th of 2025. Go ahead.
Your Honor, for purposes of the record, I assume that the application for the writ has been granted in this hearing, so determine whether the relief requested therein should issue. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, bond currently is set at $1 million. This is a murder case. I'm prepared to offer testimony from Mr. Carter's wife regarding their financial circumstances, ties to the community, and safety of the community at this time.
Go ahead.
I'm going to call her as a witness.
Go ahead.
Melissa Carter. This way, over here.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Speak up.
Yes. Please tell us your full name and how you are related to any of the parties in this case.
I'm Melissa K. Carter, and Roger Carter, Marshall Lloyd Carter is my husband.
Okay, go ahead.
Ms. Carter, how long have you been married to Roger?
We've been married for 2 years, but we've been together for 42 years.
42 years. 2 years ago, you formalized that relationship through marriage. Is that right?
Yes,
Throughout that time, have you cohabitated with Roger Carter, lived with him?
yeah.
Have you lived with him for
Yes,
the entire time?
yes,
I understand he's charged with offensive murder. Is that correct?
yes,
And that his bond currently is set at $1 million. Is that right?
yes,
In connection with that, did I ask you to get some information from 3 different bonding companies
yes,
regarding how much they would charge you and other conditions that they would require to post a bond in the amount of $1 million?
yes,
Did you contact those bonding companies?
yes.
Which 3 bonding companies did you contact?
Allied, Al Reed, and Bell American Basketball.
And what did each of those 3 companies tell you regarding what they would require to post a $1 million bond?
Allied and Bell American, they don't use collateral. Each one of them said that with the $1 million, it would be $1,000 down, or it could be 75,000 with a good cosign.
How much down?
75,000 with a good cosigner, with just the $1 million bond is $100,000. The $100,000 bond would be 10,000 down, and not taking.
I'll ask you that in a minute. I'll start with the $1 million bond.
Okay.
What did each of the bonding companies tell you regarding the $1 million bond? Start with Allied.
Allied, he had to have a good cosigner. Al Reed,
How much did they require down?
$100,000 down.
And a cosigner.
The cosigner 75,000 down.
With the cosigner, 75,000,
Yes,
and they would finance the 25,000.
yes.
All right. What about Al Reed?
Al Reed, no quote given for the 500,000 or the $1 million.
We're just doing the mill. So they
I'm
wouldn't even
sorry,
give
I'm
you.
sorry.
They wouldn't even give you a quote for a
No,
million.
because they said that the conditions would be too strict, and they didn't want to put, be up under that kind
They
of.
weren't even willing to write it.
No,
What about the last one? Did you say Bail America?
yeah, and they don't do collateral, and you must have multiple cosigners.
How much did Bail America require now?
It required the $100,000 down for the $1 million fund.
And multiple cosigners.
And multiple good cosigners.
So they were not willing to finance the down payment of $100,000. What about a $500,000 bond? Same question for each of the bond.
Well, Ally said $50,000, and it was still with a good cosigner. Al Reed, they did kind of, no, they don't want anything to do with that. The $500,000 or the $100,000 because it had to be evaluated under strict conditions.
What about Bail America?
Bail America, they said $50,000, and they didn't say anything. They said that they don't use cosigners. I mean, collateral. All they use is cosigners.
But they wanted 50,000 down.
Yeah.
Last question, what was the amount of the bond? The last question that I asked you to check for.
The $100,000.
$100,000 bond. What did Ally tell you about a $100,000?
$10,000 down with a cosigner.
And they weren't willing to finance the 10,000. Those up front, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Answer yes or no.
Yes.
What about Al Reed on a $100,000 bond?
Al Reed said that they would do between 10,000 and $15.
15 what? 15.
10,000. I'm saying it backwards. $10,000 with a good cosigner, but at Al Reed, she said that if it can get down to $100,000, she said that if I'm not in a state where I couldn't pay it, and I'm not in that state, I am in it. She would try to work with us.
Oh, the amount of the down payment.
Yeah.
All right. Did she say how much of the 10,000 you could put down and how much you could finance?
No, she told me to call her when we.
If the bond is full.
Yeah.
What about Bail America? What did they tell you about $100,000 bond?
The same thing, $10,000, but I still had to have a good cosigner.
And as far as the 10,000, were they willing to allow you to finance that, put some down and pay
No,
for it?
they wanted the whole $10,000 and had the cosigner.
Yeah. All right. What is your financial condition right now? I want to know savings, checking, real estate, stocks, bonds, vehicles, whatever you've got, liquid assets.
How many vehicles? I know.
I don't know what you don't have. What do you have?
Nothing.
And do you rent or own your own house?
Rent.
Do you own your own car?
No.
Do you have a vehicle? Do you own a vehicle? How much money you have in your bank account?
Negative $550 something.
And anything else of value that you have, like a rare stamp collection or any kind of anything you can turn into money, anything you can take to a pawn shop and get money for, generator, chainsaws, anything like that you can turn into money. How long has Roger lived in Jefferson County?
All his life he was born here.
And where do you all live?
Right. On 13th Street, 46, 47, 13th Street.
Port Arthur, Texas. And how long have you been at that address?
For 24 years.
So he's lived at the same address for 24 years.
Yes.
And is he employed or what does he do?
He's disabled.
What other ties to the community does Roger have, to your knowledge? Does he go to church here? Does he have family here? Does he have
Yes, family.
what family?
He attend church from time to time.
What church you attend?
Oh, Lord.
That's
I had a
nice.
stroke. I gotta get. Mount Calvary. Mount Calvary. I just drive to it. I don't.
Yes, ma'am. What about as far as other family members?
He has 2 sisters and a brother that's still living. Everybody else is deceased.
As far as his medical condition, what's your knowledge about his medical condition?
He has COPD, streaking in the lung from asbestos. He has ulcer on his left great toe that has not healed. It healed a little bit, but it keep bursting back open. And he has an infection in the bone of that toe.
What else? Go ahead, keep going.
He has
High blood pressure, diabetes.
diabetes. He has kidney problems.
That's vision.
He has glaucoma.
Pretty bad shape, would you agree? What's the name of his home health provider?
Amy Campbell.
Amy Campbell. Now, representative, I've spoken to Ms. Campbell. who wanted to be here, but was advised by their lawyers that HIPAA would preclude her from testifying. But she's just home health nurse, is that right?
Yeah.
Are you aware that, how long has he been in jail?
Since the 7th of July.
And during his jail time, was he hospitalized?
Yes.
How long was he in the hospital from the jail? Was he transported to the hospital from jail?
I know he spent a little over a week one time, and the other time that I know of, he spent like a few days in there.
The jail would have those records when he was
Yes.
actually in the hospital.
Yes.
If he's released, if you post a bond and he's home, would you make sure that he gets his medical care and he attends all his court dates?
Yes.
You vigorously contest the allegations that he's not guilty of this murder. We want a trial. Is that right?
Yes.
I pass witness.
Were you there during the murder?
No.
Okay, so if
But
there
I
was,
know my husband.
if there was somebody that was there and that saw your husband or another individual get out with the victim in this case, they heard multiple gunshots and only the two of them got back in the truck and drove. He was there, wasn't he?
She doesn't.
I didn't
I would
say
object.
that he
That's
was
beyond,
there.
that's beyond her knowledge. I was asking Sean.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. For you,
Vigorously contest, Your Honor.
Overruled.
He was there.
overruled. He has a right to cross-examine and she can answer. You don't answer
I'm
for
not
her.
presenting her as a fact witness.
Sir, once again,
Her-
you may be quiet while he speaks and don't speak over that person. You put her on. He is now going to cross-examine her.
And I would
Thank you,
object that
sir.
it goes beyond the scope of this hearing.
Overruled. Overruled. The facts of cases.
She's not a fact witness. She's not being presented as a fact.
He's asking her if she is or not, unless you were there,
I'm
sir.
not presenting her as a
Sir.
fact witness.
Are you going to argue with the court? I've already made my ruling. Overruled. Ask your next question. Thank you.
So you weren't there to see anything, were you?
No, I wasn't.
So the probable cause affidavit that's filled out by an officer who talked to the fact witnesses would be more apt to talk about the facts than you, wouldn't they? They'd be better. Okay. So if the fact situation says that your husband was there and that he was the one shooting because of the circumstances, you wouldn't be able to dispute that just from the facts, just by what you feel, right?
I don't know the facts, but
Okay.
I know how my husband is. I've been with him 42 years. He
And
won't know about it.
From what I hear, well, he's got several assault cases that he's been arrested for, hasn't he, over the years.
Must have been when he was a teenager because he don't do anything.
So
Hold on
From
for a
what-
second. Hold on. I'm going to clear the record up here. I don't see this in the public safety report or any other record.
there's no convictions. There's several arrests, though, Judge, at least what I see.
Presumption of innocence is the standard.
Say, Judge.
Okay. I won't consider it unless y'all got evidence that supports it.
So what I'm hearing, though, and I just walked in the middle of the hearing because I was outside the hallway, but you don't seem to have any resources to make a bond, do you?
No, actually I don't. But I can call family members if he get it low enough where he can. I'll try some kind of something to help him because he's sickly.
But you don't know what that is that you can get from the family members.
No, I
Have
don't.
you tried calling them about this bond?
Yes.
Okay. And they've all said, no, they can't help us.
Who can't pay $1 million bond?
I didn't ask that, ma'am. I asked, did they say they couldn't help you?
No, they can't.
Okay. So have you asked them what they could afford to help you with?
No, that's why we're here, so I could find out if it be lower.
So you haven't determined what amount your family members or friends could give you, is that right? Okay. I'll pass what it's true.
Let me ask, can you elaborate a little bit about his health?
Rod, he would be in better position to do that, Your Honor. I think I would present him for the limited purpose of testifying about his health. I did want to get his healthcare provider. I spoke to her on the phone, but HIPAA prevents her from testifying, is what she said. She consulted their attorneys, so she can't.
Go ahead.
What's your health condition?
Right.
I
Well, what is it specifically?
have asthma, COPD. I used to work construction. And I had asbestos in my left lung. I was working in mobile here in Beaumont. I fell 30 feet off of the scaffold. I messed my back up, my back and my neck. I have chronic pain.
Why were you hospitalized?
Because of my blood pressure, it fluctuated on them, and it was like 120 over 135 over 120. It was real high.
Hold
And
on.
then the second time
Hold
it
on.
was lower.
Yeah. What we do want to get accuracy, you're going to have I want to know what you may have to say. How are we doing?
I believe him to be legally, mentally competent, Your Honor. I've known Mr. Carter a long time, and I think that he is having some difficulties. I think that may relate more to pain, but I believe he's functioning mentally where we don't need a competence again at this point. That can change. If it does, then I'll price it more than that. But I believe right now he's mentally competent. He understands the nature of the charges against him. We've discussed the case. He's able to aid in his own defense.
When did you work last, sir?
In 91.
Oh, a long time ago. Over 30 years ago.
Answer out loud, Roger.
Yes, sir.
And then I think, what is the necrosis or the sore on your foot?
It's I got a hole in my foot. I went and took my trash cans out to the curb, but I have two of them, so I had to go back and forth, back and forth. When I finally went back through the back door, I seen my slipper on the top step, and I just put the slipper on like I ready to get up to use the restroom, and there was blood on the floor. I rubbed a hole in the middle of my big toe, and it's been there for almost 3 years.
Yes, sir.
It's not healed, it's not right. It's closing, but it's still infected in the bone. I went to the hospital from the jail, and they wanted to cut my great toe off and the one next to it. And I told them no, I didn't want to do that without asking my wife because she's got better.
You still have all your appendages. I mean, they
don't-
didn't do it. They did not.
No,
He
sir.
doesn't do it.
Because they wouldn't even let me. They wouldn't let me get in contact with her because of the situation of me being in jail. And they told me that I couldn't get in contact with her. I told them, well, no, I don't want to do it. So they put me on antibiotics and they sent me back to the jail. Well, the jail didn't give me the antibiotics that I needed for my foot.
Yeah.
They said they didn't. They waited like 2 weeks, then they gave me some antibiotics. Then it was just for a week or so.
How's your kidneys?
Kidneys, I have kidney stone.
The dialysis, you don't need dialysis right now.
No, sir. No, sir. They got me on medication. They said I'm not have to be on it for the rest of my life.
That's all right. I'll put it in for Mr. Laird, who wants to cross it down.
Since you limited it and the judge limited it to a question of his health, I'm not going to question it.
We rest.
Anything further from the stand?
Yeah.
What I want from the lawyers, I don't have a lot here in this file. I've got a probable cause affidavit that I tried to read. And would the parties be so kind to give me a synopsis of what your positions are of what you believe the fact situation is from your investigation?
Me first.
Yeah, you can go.
I believe that there's some evidence that Mr. Carter had some contact with the alleged victim prior to the incident. There is no direct evidence that he committed the homicide, the murder, other than the statements perhaps of co-defendants. I don't know if there's a GSR test done on his hand to see if he was the shooter, but I have reason to believe that the testimony of the co-defendants is not credible based upon his physical condition, his temperament, other things as well, but he would not have done what they're alleging that he did.
Go ahead, Steve.
Judge, at the time of the offense, according to the statements from the witness and the detective, the defendant and another gentleman and the victim were all riding in a truck, driving down the road, saw a bicycle. They asked to stop to go get the bicycle, went back up. The defendant, one other individual, and the victim got out of the car. The person inside the truck heard gunshots, and then only the defendant and co-defendant got back in the truck, and they drove off, and the
victim was found laying there, shot and dead later on.
I might briefly.
There was two different guns from the ballistics that show there were two different firearms used. And so due to the fact that two people got out, the man was shot and there was two different guns used and two different people got back in the truck. The detectives have placed and the grand jury indicted them for murder of the victim of the case.
By way of brief response, Your Honor, the person that the state's relying on is on parole for murder. The driver's Kevin
Okay.
Bryant, so I don't believe it's criminal.
What's the state's position on the motive by this?
I don't know that I have to prove a motive.
No,
Judge.
I'm not asking you that. Do you have any information on that? The motive is
Not
not
right now,
required,
Judge.
of course, but I didn't know if you had, I didn't see that
No,
in
sir.
this probable cause affidavit.
My point is the person that they're relying on as a witness, Kevin Bryant, is on parole for murder. Your Honor, they're relying on the word of a convicted murderer to say that Mr. Carter.
We do that all the time. We do that all the time.
Well, I'm just saying that I believe that impacts credibility, that the person alleging that Mr. Carter's a murderer is in fact a convicted murderer himself.
Understand. All right. Anything else to add by the parties?
No.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. The court is,
Yeah, you can take a seat.
well, the court makes a finding here that, the evidence, it appears to be clear that the defendant was at the scene of the incident. What's not clear is what happened and what involvement the defendant may have had. The grand jury, of course, hears things in secret, so we presume that they felt like there was good faith in probable cause evidence, probable cause information to support the rendering of an indictment. The court is going to grant defendants relief for from $1 million to $500,000. If the defendant posts the bond, the defendant would be on home arrest, must have a GPS device, and would be subject to other conditions that would limit his ability to ambulate and move about. But the court feels like this is appropriate under the circumstances the court has before it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's our next event?
I was set for trial. I filed a motion for speedy trial.
Okay, thank you. That is all. Anything else from this docket? No, we're in recess.